Hey, Mike. How are things back at home?
About the same. Reading an interesting autobiography. What about you? I hope they have a coffee machine. Since when was there a chicken? Just 6 hours of this for a week.
Okay, so, I know this sounds crazy, but recently, I've seen the animatronics acting strangely at night. On the cameras, for example, they just started walking freely. They haven't done that since, like, the opening of the place back in '84. Sometimes it sounds like they're wailing, too. Must be the motors acting up or something like that. I'm gonna have to ask the engineers about this. I know there's a rational explanation. There's gotta be. Hello? I wanted to record a message for you to, believe it or not, I actually worked in that office before you. I'm finishing up my last week. As soon as property and premises have been turned over to breach and the copies have been replaced. Blah, blah, blah. Now, that might sound bad, I know, but there's really nothing to worry about, alright? Also, I want to give you a huge thanks for actually taking the shift this week, since we were kinda tight in legal settlements, so, thanks a lot. Oh, also, while I remember, this is very important, by the way, so listen up. You see those cutesy little characters up on the stage? Those are the animatronics here. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, respectively. Those animatronics here, they do get a bit, what's the word, quirky at night, but do I blame them? Absolutely not. Look, from their perspective, if I were forced to sing those same stupid songs for 20 years and I never got a bath, I'd probably be a bit irritable at night too. So remember, these characters hold a special place in the hearts of children, so obviously we're gonna need to show them a little respect, right? Okay, so just a heads up, the characters do tend to wander a bit. They're left in some kind of free roaming mode at night. Something about their servos locking up that they get turned off for too long. They used to be allowed to walk around during the day too, but then there was the bite of 87. Yeah. It's amazing that the human body can live without the frontal lobe, you know? Also, just want to mention something about the power here. Now let me tell you something, this building's old, and I mean like old. So the power here gets a bit trippy. And see the doors on your left and right? Those are used to keep intruders out, and to, you know, keep yourself safe. So, if the power does happen to run out, the doors go up. It's kind of a failsafe, so you don't get stuck inside there. Now, concerning your safety, the only real risk to you as a night watchman here, if any, is the fact that these characters, if they happen to see you after hours during your shift, probably won't recognize you as a person. They'll probably, the rumors likely see you as a metal endoskeleton without its costume on. Now that sounds very bizarre, but stick with me on this one. Now, since that's technically against the rules here at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, they'll probably try to, forcefully stuff you inside a Freddy Fazbear suit. Now, that wouldn't be so bad if the suits themselves weren't filled with, cross beams, wires, and animatronic devices. Especially around, you know, the facial area. So you can imagine how having your head forcefully pressed inside one of those could cause a bit of discomfort and possibly death. The only parts of you that will likely see the light of day again would be your eyeballs and teeth when they pop out from the mask. Yeah, did they not tell you this when they signed you up? But hey, first day should be a breeze. I'll chat with you tomorrow. Check those cameras and remember to close the doors only if absolutely necessary. Gotta conserve power, alright? Good night.
wish they had a coffee machine. This place is a wreck.
Okay, so, I know this sounds crazy, but recently I've seen the animatronics acting strangely at night. On the cameras, for example, they just started walking freely. They haven't done that since, like, the opening of the place back in '84. Sometimes it sounds like they're wailing, too. Must be the motors acting up or something like that. I'm gonna have to ask the engineers about this. I know there's a rational explanation. There's gotta be.
Let's just get this over with.
Hello? Hello? Well, if you're hearing this and you made it to day 2, congrats! I won't talk quite as long this time since Freddy and his friends tend to become more active as the week progresses. You know, it might be a good idea to peek at those cameras while I talk, just to make sure everyone's in their proper place, you know. Interestingly enough, Freddy himself doesn't really come off stage very often. I heard he becomes a lot more active in the dark, though, so hey, I guess that's one more reason not to run out of power, right? I also want to emphasize the importance of using your door lights. There are some blind spots in your camera views, and those blind spots have to be right outside your doors. So if you can't find something, or in this case, someone, on your cameras, be sure to check the door lights. You might only have a few seconds to react. Not that you would be in any danger, of course. I'm not implying that. Also, check on the curtain in Pirate Cove from time to time. The character in there seems unique in that, he becomes more active if the cameras remain off for long periods of time. I guess he doesn't like being watched. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure you have everything under control. Talk to you soon.